Hey, happy Monday to you. This is Coach Courtney Miller of Best You Coaching, and today is day 1 of the Stress Buster Boot Camp. I'm going to just change my lighting up here just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Technical stuff I'm learning. Please bear with me. But I wanted to make sure that y'all can see me and I can see you. Hey, Alexis. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hi, Robin. Good morning. Happy Monday. Okay, guys. So the whole point of this Stress Buster Boot Camp is to allow us to learn how to use some specific tools and techniques to bring that red line level of anxiety down. I'm not saying that you're necessarily always going to feel perfectly calm and at peace as if you could walk across hot coals during this terrible time. You may, and if you get there, I'd love to hear about it. However, what my goal is for you in this Stress Buster Boot Camp is, my goal is to arm you. You can use these tools that I'm going to teach you. You can use them today. You can use them next week. You can use them when things are normal again, because it doesn't matter how quickly this thing passes, how slowly this thing passes. We are still going to be human beings, which means we are going to have anxiety and stress levels that will return over and over and over again. It's like whack-a-mole, right? You might knock it down, but it's going to pop up in another place, which is why this week I'm going to be presenting something slightly different every day, so that when you whack-a-mole this thing over here and the other one pops up over there, you'll have a different tool that you can use if the original hammer isn't doing the trick. I'm going to give you several hammers to play the whack-a-mole, okay? Now, I'm going to, I am broadcasting today from my beautiful at-home studio, aka my walk-in closet. I just want to give you full disclosure. That's why it's so gorgeous and the lighting is so amazing. It's because this is my working from home studio. So I'm doing what I can with what I've got. All right. Hopefully you guys are muddling through too, but I'm going to give you a little bit more so that you can have a little more in your toolbox. So, and I do appreciate all the thumbs up and hearts you guys are giving me, because it's I'm in here, just talking to myself. It feels like. So I do appreciate the feedback. As we go, by the way, if you are not watching this live, if you're watching it as a recording later on in the day or later on in the week or whatever, still leave your comments for me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me, because I'll get a notification and I'll be sure and get back with you and do my best to answer any questions that you may have. Because even if we are interacting here live, you can still get the benefit out of this later on. So, and hopefully you do. That is my goal. That is my intention for today, for the week, is to do my best to create a positive ripple that's going to go out and spread to as many people as possible. So also feel free to share this video. Feel free to invite other people to the group, even if they didn't sign up through my, official website or anything like that. That's okay, because the whole point of this is to help as many people as possible. So help me to help others, and we can all lift each other up. Okay? We're going to breathe together without breathing on each other. All right, so you're supposed to hear like a little bing with my halo there. Okay, anyway. So for Monday, we're going to be talking about mindfulness. And this is a word that gets thrown around a lot these days. Mindfulness. You might hear it, in the news, or there's a lot of studies about mindfulness and everything now too. So what exactly does that mean? Mindfulness means that you are actually present. Okay, so I'm going to unpack that for a second, because being present can mean different things, right? You can be physically in a room and mentally on the other side of the planet. And I know that you've experienced this because if you are watching this video, you are likely a human being and you've done it. So hopefully you're not doing it while you're watching the video, because then the video is not doing you any good. So if you are in a room, your mind, your heart is somewhere else, you are not present, right? And sometimes it's really hard to be present because sometimes the thing that's happening in the space that we're in is scary. Like what's going on right now with this pandemic, right? It's a scary thing. I personally am not all that worried that I'm going to get sick. I'm a fairly healthy person. I have a fairly healthy lifestyle as things go, especially by the US standards. However, I know that this will have effects, right? So sometimes it's very tempting to not be present. We want to take ourselves out of the present because the present is uncomfortable. So we are either projecting into the future, which sometimes feels worse, right? We have anxiety about the future, or we are thinking about the past, we're projecting into memory, and we may be feeling guilt or shame or remorse about something that happened in the past. Either way, we're going from discomfort to discomfort to discomfort. Now, full disclosure again, being human means having discomfort. You're going to have it sometimes. And it's not always easy to deal with. So, there are ways that you can pause your day and have a mindful minute. Seriously, just a minute. Sometimes when we think about, I don't know how much you guys have done with meditation practices and things like that, that's generally a part of my everyday life, is having first thing in the morning, I have my meditation and my quiet time, and that's my time to center and get ready for the day. It doesn't always happen because I have a 4-year-old who sometimes has a different schedule than I do. But my goal is to have that time every single morning. Sometimes we overcomplicate mindfulness and meditation. We think that it has to be this big production and you have to have a certain type of pillow or a yoga mat, you have to have a mantra, you have to have this specific music playing, and on and on and on. Yes, you can have all of those things, and yes, those things can help you center and get in the moment and all of that, because they can act as triggers for your brain. Like, just like if you know that, when you get out that cushion, there's a little trigger that happens in your brain that says, oh, it's going to be time to relax now. So that's really what that is. It's just a trigger. So here's the thing about it. In order for you to meditate and be mindful, you don't have to have all of those accessories. You can have them. You don't have to have them. So what I'm going to do with you this morning is I'm going to take you through a mindful minute. Seriously, just 60 seconds. And I know that you have 60 seconds at some time during your day when you can pause and take this mindfulness minute, even if it means locking yourself in the bathroom for a minute. You can probably do that. You can probably get away with being in the bathroom for a minute, right? Sometimes, especially us moms, that's what we get. Sometimes we don't even get that. So here's what I want you to do right now. We're going to do a mindfulness minute together, and I'm going to set up, I have a stopwatch over here on my iPad. I'm going to set up so that we don't go past the minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a breathing exercise in 1 minute's time. And then I'm going to explain a little bit more about how you can use this exercise later on. Okay? So this is what I want you to do. Now, I can't see you, obviously, but I want you to close your eyes. And you're going to have to just trust me that I'm going to walk you through this, and I promise we won't be doing this for 3 hours. It's seriously just going to be a minute. All right, so what I want you on my phone multiple times throughout the day, and the alarms are affirmations. So you can PM me on that, and I'll show you how to set it up because it's actually a really cool thing. Anyway, mindfulness minute. So what I want you to do is close your eyes I'm going to start the clock. And I want you to breathe as slowly and as deeply as you possibly can, all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And I want you to count when you exhale completely. And this is how it's going to look. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And stop. Okay, so here is the point of the counting. It does a couple of things for you. It helps your brain tune in so that you're not thinking with the squirrel in the brain that we all have, or as they sometimes call it in yoga practice, they'll call it the monkey mind, right? Your brain is all over the place. So the counting helps your brain stay on task. But the other thing that the counting is going to help you do is it helps you actually measure the minute. So if you time this out and you have 6 breaths, like I did, or you might have 5 breaths, then you know that when you breathe at that pace and you count to 5 or 6, you have taken a minute. Ta-da! You don't even need any technology. You don't have to have a stopwatch. You don't have to have a clock in front of you. You know, once you've timed it out, that 5 breaths equals 1 mindful minute. How cool is that? All right. And you can stop anytime during the day and take 5 breaths and allow yourself to center. And what happens when you take that deep breath, you automatically bring those levels down. The cortisol, right? That stress hormone, you're going to bring those levels down. And in 5 minutes, your kids who may be home with you right now, like mine are, might make you have to go take another mindful minute. But that's okay, because now you have this tool in your toolbox, right? So I am going to give you a homework assignment for today. Okay, so the homework assignment is I want you to set up an alarm on your phone for 2 more times today. Doesn't matter what time of day, just set it up for whatever, okay? When that alarm goes off, practice your mindful minute. Breathe deeply for those however many you counted this time, right? Breathe deeply. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Breathe deeply and make sure that you get all the way to the bottom of your belly, all the way out. Excuse me. And I'm going to take a drink of water because apparently my mindful minute made me get something in my throat. Okay, so that's better. Okay, so anyway, I want you to set that alarm for 2 times today. And what I want you to do is I'm going to put up a post in a minute when we're done with this video. And I'm going to list the challenge for you. And I want you to leave a comment on that post when you have done your 2 mindful minutes, and just let me know how many breaths it took you to get through your mindful minute. And I'm going to continue to give you these little homework assignments as we go through our boot camp this week. And you're going to want to participate, and I will explain why. And remember, you can participate in this and leave these comments even if you're not watching this live. You can do it on the recording too, excuse me. But as I give you these assignments this week, by the end of the week, the person or the people who have actually done their homework and left the comments every day that they've done their homework will be entered to win a gift card. And I can give you a gift card for something that you can get online, since that's pretty much how we're doing everything right now, right? So I will give you a $25 gift card if at the end of the week you have participated in every challenge and checked in with that. Cool? So make sure you're doing your homework, not only because you might get a gift card, but because it's going to help you. That's the whole point, right? That's why we're here. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for our Mindfulness Minute Monday. Tomorrow, we are going, I got to look at my notes to see what we're covering tomorrow. I just had a song pop into my head because of what I wrote down for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about movement. And the song that popped into my head was, and I'm going to date myself by saying what the song is, but it's Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical, physical. Okay, that was my karaoke. That's Courtney karaoke for the day. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't enjoy this and you just thought it was funny and you want to point and laugh at me, that's cool too. Share it. Share it, because you might actually help somebody else have a better day just by sharing this, because it shows them that you care and they might actually use the tools and get some benefit out of it too. All right. Until tomorrow morning, have a wonderful, mindful Monday. Bye, guys.